Hello, and welcome back to the first, where we are coughing during our introduction. Great start. Let's try that again. Hello. We are in the Crystal Tower. And we need to talk to the old Crystal Exarch here to send us on our way. I've decided that we are going in search of Alphino first. For a couple of reasons. One, because I hate Alphino and I want to get his story out of the way. But also, I am quite intrigued by the Yulemore storyline. The Crystal Exarch is eager for you to meet with Alphino. Probably more eager than I am. You'll visit Alphino and Kholusia then. Excellent. As I mentioned, your destination is an island off the west coast, so you'll need a mount capable of making the journey. Here is a letter of introduction. Present it to Zem? Zemzrimai? The Master of Beasts at Temenos Rookery, and he will take care of you. When you see Alphino, be sure to slap him. Be sure to pass on my warmest regards. Oh, can we take both? Oh, we can. Ready to depart for Amareng? Alize will be overjoyed to see you safe. I know she was particularly concerned for your well-being. She, impressed upon me how regrettable the timing of her summoning was. Repeatedly. Yeah. I only hope that my part in sending you to her will garner me some measure of forgiveness. Here. This is a letter of introduction addressed to a man named Cassard, the master of a merchant caravan. There are few who know the ways of the desert as well as he does. Find him at the Amaro launch, and he will see that you reach your destination. And then we have a portal to the source, which I assume we can just... The device there will serve as a portal. So he threw the beacon through from the tower, which is why it had the ironwork symbol on it. So he must have found it in the tower during our excavations. And attuned it and threw it back through. Okay. Why am I using this gear? Did I not save? Guess I forgot to save my gear sets. There's a quest over there. Rate and review. Quest sync. 230k. I'm going to be saving all of the various quests for other things. Where am I actually going? Up here. Oh, that updates in real time. That's handy. Not that way. Why am I following you, mate? You don't know where you're going. Should have probably just warped here, but, you know. No, wait, this is the wrong one. I want to go in search of Alphino. Well, want might be a strong term. But I'm heading in search of Alphino anyway. Zem! Ah, he's, I forgot what they were called. Your face is unknown to me. What business have you at my rookery? A letter of introduction. Signed by the Exarch, no less. Yes, I can provide you with an ammo for passage to Kholusia. I will pick you out a friendly whelp. What's a chocobo then? A chocobo? Do you hail from one of Northrend's more isolated settlements, perchance? I hear there are a few places where they ride little else. But here in the Crystarium, mounts like that grey fellow there are far more commonly used. Huh. Seeing as you are plainly unaccustomed to riding Amaro, I think it best if I accompany you on this flight myself. Any Zun worthy of the name could do it, of course, but the Exarch sent you to me. Ensuring you arrive safely is my responsibility. Yes. Gather your things and meet me at the Amaro launch. One of the junior tamers will attend to you while I ready the mounts. There is an unlock quest here. Now, I'm assuming this must be up above us. Yes, there he is. How do we get to you? Forgotten already. Multiple levels. Always confusing. Right, so this is... Yeah, it's going to be around here. Because that's our sightseeing log. And obviously we like to pick those up. Do as we go. Hold a moment, sinner. You're not from around here, are you? A fellow wandering soul? An eternal inhabitant of the road? I thought so. Aelith's the name. Aelith. My aspiration is to travel the old wide world, though. It's a fair bit smaller than it used to be. So far as dreams go, it's a lot more realistic than you might think. But danger still lurks in every corner and around every bend. Even so, this sinner's got nerves to steel. He's a born explorer, Aelith. There's no land too distant or place too forbidden, eh? So he's calling himself a sinner. I'm assuming this is linked to the idea of a sin eater. So sin eaters are people eaters. Hey, you've got the same coloration as me. But what is it that I spy poking out your pack? A log, if I'm not mistaken. Give it over if you would. Ah, thought so. A record of fantastic vistas and unforgettable sights. We're kindred spirits. A mar of a feather. Excellent, excellent. It's only right that I share with you such wondrous experiences as you have with me. A collection of amazing vistas I catalogued myself that I guarantee will rival the best you've ever seen. Northrend may be a shadow of its former glory, but there's still joy and excitement to be found if you know where to look, my friend. So I implore you, look, look, look! Follow my footsteps, savour every moment of the journey. And then, when you feel you've discovered every secret this realm has to offer, start again. I promise you won't be disappointed. Sightseeing log expanded. Shadowbringers entries have been added. You must be level 70 plus. So, we know how this works. Onwards. Insert your Alphino. You, sir, are burly. Well, up we go then. Okay, aspiring Amaro trainer. Keep pressing the mount button. You want to fly an Amaro to Kholusia? Well, I suppose if Master Gemme is going with you. Wait here, please. The Master should be along with the mount shortly. You can now speak to Kholusia. No, you can now travel to Kholusia. Speak with the aspiring Amaro tamer to fly to the island. You can also use your ether compass to assist with locating ether currents in new regions. Lost compasses can also be placed. Lost compasses, even. Okay, so we can now go to a new area.
The whistling breeze, mute. The pounding surf, frozen. Time itself takes a breath. At light's edge, all is perfectly still. The world captured in a painting, locked in a moment. Music, faint and fleeting, drifts coastward on the lifeless air. And in the distance, beyond the broken earth, a city beckons.
Kholusia. Can I have a... I forgot what they're called already. An Amaro. Ah! Hello, Triskelion. Welcome to the first. We are arrived. This is Cracked Shell Beach on the eastern coast of Kholusia. You should be safe here for the present. Compared to the mainland, Sin Eater attacks are far less prevalent, and the native beasts are not any more dangerous than elsewhere. It is the people you should be wary of. The people in the city. Spy you that city in the distance? That is Yulmore, the island's main settlement. It rivals the Crystarium in scale, and was once an ally in our battle against the abominations. Oh. For years, the Yulmoran elite have fancied themselves the masters of what remains of our broken world. They have gone as far as to offer the leaders of other settlements their protection, if we bend the knee. But to say their ideals are questionable would be putting it mildly. The Crystarium is one among many who resist their heavy-handed authority, and while we are not at war, our relationship with Yulmore is strained at best. It may be wise to conceal your ties with the Exarch during your stay here, especially in the vicinity of the city. Not. I am glad we understand each other. Now, the Exarch has instructed me to divulge a secret that should make finding your friend a good deal easier. Listen closely. In search of a whiny, annoying boy. Boom. Goblins? And gurus? Whatever the guy has to tell us, he plainly deems it worthy of your undivided attention. If you head south along the coast, you will eventually come to a fisherman's shack. A friend of the Crystarium lives there, a man who goes by the name of Ivor. Ivor keeps an eye on everything that happens in Kholusia, and will be able to point you in the right direction. Just hand him a sprig of thyme. That will let him know you can be trusted. Here, this should be enough. Find your friend. I will stay here with the Amaro until you are ready to return. Okie dokie. Oh, it's so slow. I'd forgotten how slow ground speed is. These are actual FF11 style goblins. Oh no. No, these are Final Fantasy 1 style goblins, I think, with their little bouncy caps. The Bright Cliff. There's another city or island off in the distance there. There are a lot of enemies around. Up. Multash. I read that as moustache. I'm sure everybody did. The first time, I'm going to attune to this Aetheryte. Before I do anything. Still tied. I should probably set my home point here, actually, just in case. Especially because it's currently set to tail feather, which is not massively useful when you are on an entirely different plane of existence. Ah. Oh no! I have been aggroed. Right, so I don't need to spam Darkside. Ooh, these things are taking more damage than I expected them to. Oh, I like the battle music. Hello, Ivor. You are a Hrothgar who looks a little bit like Kamari. What are you after? Fish? Crab? And I've got an eel in a barrel somewhere if you have a taste for them. Yeah, I do love a bit of time. Chuck some in the pan, it's like a bloody festival of flavour. Ah, what is that I can do for you? Can't say there's been any major upsets to report these past few weeks. Alphino, eh? Oh, I know the one. A young champion of the downtrodden. You're almost richer than all the Northern put together, but it's a different story for them as live outside the city. Must spend every waking moment just trying to stay alive, which makes your friend's dedication to helping others stand out all the more. Aye, I could hazard a guess as to where he is now. Get a message to him. But you'll need somewhere quiet to meet away from prying eyes. Wait for Stilltide. That's their fishing village just up the path there. You're looking for a rundown excuse for a tavern the locals call the Leaky Keel. Wait there and I'll see that Alphino joins you. Great. Already regretting making Alphino our first choice of destination. Da 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 da. Let's put the take the mount music off for now. Let's just fully immerse ourselves in the zone. Okay, so we're looking for a tavern. Amaro for hire. Right, we have already attuned. Wow, this is tiny. The Leaky Keel. Oh, there is a place. What we can wait. Is this male or female? Female. This is your first time in a tavern? It's customary to buy a drink if you mean to loiter. What'll you be having? Mead. No, no. A fine choice. And what you'll be paying with? Gil. Well, now, those are exotic. Where'd you come by coins like that? Sorry, dear, I don't doubt they have value, but I don't have a touchstone to test their purity. I'm not about to go begging for one from the neighbours, so we'll just have to come to some other arrangement. Ah, here's an idea. There's a common to the north where we grow vegetables, but lately the pests have been eating more of them than we have. What do you say to a bit of extermination work? I want you to squash any vermin you find, then visit the caretaker and give him an earful from me for sleeping on the job. He'll be in the old silo next to the fence snoring like as not. Do that for me and you can lay us about here as long as you like. Great! We're out on pest control. I didn't go and pick up any racial equipment. Those are big cliffs. Ooh, and that is an ether current. Which I must remember to go and look for. Tuning. There's another one to the north, apparently. $204 to the north. Oh, there's a hot... Whoa. Fairly big zone, then. Really? Gonna kill some pests. A blighted crop. What button have I put? Take that. Oh. I do like the music. I like the music a lot. Whom. Gimme. Flooded. It doesn't seem to be that difficult to get your MP back. I was expecting it to be like a real pain, but mind you, I shouldn't say that yet. Barred door. Has he run away from the pests? Maybe you need to knock louder. Perhaps the occupant is hard of hearing. Or asleep. You hear a faint squeaking from the room beyond. Time to burst in and save the day, brave adventurer. No one is home, and judging by the lack of furniture, they haven't been for some time. The gnawed scraps of vegetables on the floor suggest rats have taken up residence in their absence. Huh. So he has disappeared. Maybe he has been taken by the Sin Eaters. Or maybe the Goobus here are carnivorous. Which would be awkward. Actually, they are carnivorous anyway, aren't they? They certainly try and eat us. Oh no! I have been aggroed. Whoa. Diva! Welcome back, dear. What did that good-for-nothing caretaker have to say for himself? You think he's gone, or dead, or both? Gone? Huh. Must have left to join the rest of the hopefuls. Hopefuls? In Gate Town, outside Yulmore? You don't have a clue what I'm talking about, do you? No. And there I was thinking you were another dreamer. Well, never mind all that. Take a seat wherever you like, dear. You more than earned it. I'll even throw in another drink on the house. Let's just wait around for Panty Boy. Nice poncho.
Business today, Mistress Theva.
Theva?
Oh, frenetic. Look, I have a new customer.
New customer? Yo!
Tis good to see you, my friend.
I wish I could say the same. Nice poncho, though. Forced smile.
The barley seeds you wanted. They should produce a better harvest than the last.
What, just like that? Oh, Alfino, you really are a dear.
Dearly annoying.
Well, I'd best be tidying up some of those empty shacks before the pests move in. Keep an eye on the place while I'm out, eh?
Go on, then. So he's not taller. He's still a tiny. Or maybe I'm just really tall. Well, I am really tall.
Seems an age since last we spoke. Not since the prisoner exchange in Doma. And Yotsu.
Yes, it has been a while, hasn't it?
It has been even longer for me, of course, if you count the days I've spent here. But the time has only added to the relief I feel seeing you safe and well.
Yeah, I wonder actually how much time it has been on the first. It's a little bit nebulous. Can I answer? We hoped we lost you.
Alize said much the same thing. I don't think I've ever had such a scolding. But I believe an exchange of news is in order. Come, tell me of your arrival and all that came before.
Stuff's happened since you disappeared. Dot.
I see. Both the Exarch and Alize told me what they knew of events, but I had stubbornly clung on to the hope that all-out war might yet be avoided.
Oh yes, war with Golemold.
And poor Tataru. She must be sick with worry. We must endeavor to return as soon as we may.
Poor Tataru. Indeed.
Nice to bring her good tidings for a change.
Got lots of little highlights on his mouth. We do have a tendency to bring her bad news, this is true.
But before we bid this world farewell, we must first ensure that it is not rejoined to the source. We must prevent the 8th Umbral calamity.
Yes. Yes, we must.
Orange's vision of the future has, I fear, every chance of coming true.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Probably need to do something about that.
By his description, the catalyst for the calamity was a formless and deadly weapon employed by the Garlean Empire.
Black Rose.
Which can only mean one thing. Black Rose.
Bum bum bum.
This was telling you the truth. When we were on the trail of the Ascians, we saw evidence that the gas was being manufactured once more.
Yes.
Gaius was adamant that the project had been scrapped. But so long as there are wars to be waged, there will always be those determined to win by any means.
Ain't that the truth?
And thus simply destroying the existing stores of Black Rose would do little to alter fate's course.
So what are we going to do then?
In that sense, our involuntary journey here to the First was something of a boon.
Oh?
Together with the Exarch, we've developed a theory as to how we believe the rejoining will be set in motion.
Ah, that would be useful to know.
I'm sure Urianger himself will cover the subject in more detail.
Yes.
But I can tell you the process requires that both worlds, the Source and the First, be facing an existential
So they've both
threat.
got to be synced up.
One being Sin Eaters, of course. They are a menace that I would dearly love to remove, and not just to avert a calamity. I may be a stranger to this world, but I will not stand idly by and let innocent people be slaughtered.
Me neither. As much as I hate you, Alphino.
That is what brought me to the gates of Yulmore. Ignoring its pretensions as a kind of capital city to what remains of the world, it is nonetheless a center of power and authority. If any solutions are to be found, I believe our search should begin there. What say you, old friend? Hungry for another adventure?
Predictable.
And
Kind
so
of
we
our
take to the road
catchphrase, our
once
signature move. You and your silly poncho. Me and my quite luxurious looking armor, if I'm honest. Interesting that we've only got 2 pieces of that 385 gear. Still tired. Right. Oh. Open my mouth, didn't I? Alphino is ready to take to the road once more. Assuming you have no objections, let us make our way directly to the city outskirts. If we time our arrival just right, you may be lucky enough to see why I have yet to set foot in Yulmore, despite my best efforts to do so. Come. From here, we must head west and then cross a small bridge. So there are a lot of quests around, and I'm just looking for the ones that have ether currents attached to them. There's an ether current down here, apparently. Southeast is that way. On the beach? On the beach. I love the fact that you can make the car jump. It's not stupid at all. Ah, it's on this little pier. Yeah, I'm intrigued as to what this... Yeah, whatever, mates. That was Blackest Night. I didn't mean to hit that. Yeah, fights don't last quite long enough to get into that guitar riff. I better understand the area's movements of the winds. Right, so we need to cross a short bridge. Go for a long walk over a short bridge. $475 yards. What the hell are you? Kholusian iguana? They're, a little on the large side. There's the bridge. Oh yeah, we get XP for discovering new locations again. Oh, there he is. Kholusia seems peaceful, doesn't it? Does it not? Almost familiar. I had a similar impression of the Crystarium. Even in this distant world, people are much the same. To think that whenever a calamity struck the source, a reflection such as this one, with all its culture and history, was being erased from existence. Ah, get away from me. Over there. Quickly, someone's in trouble. Someone is in trouble. Oh, thank the fates. Look out. I'm under attack. Take this. Take Bloodspiller. It seems a little bit easier to seems a little bit easier to get blood gauge, or maybe it's just because I haven't played in ages. Let's just aid the Manic Madam. Oh, poor heart. Thank you, young miss. Ah, there you are. In my haste, I lost my bearings. Typical Alphina. But I see you have the situation well in hand. Fine work. Are you all right, madam? She's sprightly enough to stand up like that. Just a few bruises from where I fell. Nothing compared to what was in store for me before this brave soul came to my rescue. I honestly thought I was done for. My feet are not as swift as they once were, and I know there was no one left to hear me scream. I thought I let that stop me. Good job too. I should probably leave my old house behind and queue up outside Yulmore with the rest of them. Doubt those fancy lords and ladies would welcome an old crone like me. Still, even a shack near the gate has to be safer than staying here. One would hope. Either way, I suggest you avoid wandering alone unless you make the Sin Eater's task any easier. Nod. Thank you again. You saved my life. Now, I'm sure a strapping lass like you is little to fear, but I wouldn't linger long in this place. There's naught to be had here but cobwebs and memories. You are welcome, dear lady. 'Tis as the lady says. Many in these parts have abandoned their homes to live in Yulmore's shadow. Should the Sin Eaters descend upon this region, there are precious few with the strength to fight them off. Speaking of which, what have you been told of these monsters? Nothing, technically. Well, little bits. A brief history, then. So it was not long after the flood swallowed the better part of the world that the Sin Eaters first appeared, some beastly, some beauteous. Yet, regardless of their form, all seem incapable of speech, and all are driven by the same insatiable appetite for mortal ether. They are predators, and we are their prey. Kholusia suffers from far fewer attacks than most regions, but even so, the list of the Sin Eaters' victims grows longer by the day. A tragedy without end. Well, it will have, as soon as everybody's been eaten. Still, we have won a small victory this time at least. Now, shall we press on? We need to return to where the road forks and follow the path that leads west. So we're gaining little tidbits of story as we go. So back down. I'm assuming we're heading over to that aetheryte over there. But because we are land-bound... Hey, they've got birdies. There are still birdies here. And ochus. Which are apparently called germinants. On here? Oh, we still need to go south for... Oh yeah, we're heading for there. Why was I thinking over there? Don't know. Don't know. The running animation on that mount is very silly looking. I love it. What was that called? Shadow Fault. The Whale's Breach. I like the very nautical. Let us wait. Bam.
That gate up ahead is known as the Open Arms, and Yulmore itself lies beyond.
Uh-huh.
This, meanwhile, is the aptly named Gate Town, the dwelling place of the many desperate souls who
It's a slum.
have chosen to live in the city proper.
I wonder what the merits are for getting in. Just richness? Wealth?
I thought I recognised you. Brought a new friend, eh?
Begrimed bloke. Whoa, I did not expect you to look like that, sir.
I'll bet you got a trick or two up your sleeve. Maybe even 3. Care to show me?
Oh, probably. I'll show you my sword.
She's not here to compete. Leave her be.
Ah, he's a gladiator, master.
What? I was only making conversation.
He's got a custom face. Alpha no stairs. The gates are opening.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Oh, it's the jester-hatted people. So are they the choosers of the entrance, the participants? Wow.
Greetings to our
Red jongleur.
Yulmore extends its warmest regards.
Yes.
Let it be known that a lady of distinction wishes to dine on fish divine. We seek a master culinarian who can guarantee seafood perfection. Dazzle the matron with your delicious dishes.
Ah.
Life in the city will be yours to enjoy.
So,
Even on days when fish is not on the menu.
so you gain entrance to the city by performing tasks for the people inside.
Who among you will answer the call? Name yourself or another. We might not at all.
I have not got cooking up very high.
Fish, is it?
Fish is it.
Was there anyone?
What about that girl?
What girl?
Do you recall how I said Yulmore was a center of power and authority? Well, that is not the only reason for its fame.
Uh-huh.
It is also known as the City of Final Pleasures. The noble and the wealthy who survived the flood gathered here to live out the rest of their days in decadent abandon.
Yes.
A poor man could sooner pass through the Iron Needle than Yulmore's gates. The only way the common folk can enter this perverted
I think I just said
paradise is if
that,
they
but thank you,
fulfill the whim
Alphino.
of one of the privileged. And so they are picked over like market produce.
What are the big sacks for, then?
What a catch! We'll not be throwing this one back.
Fishing puns.
Having seen your all too obvious charms, we welcome you with open arms. Come, join us in a city of splendor and live out your life in an ecstasy of endeavor.
What exactly has...
Oh, just look at those expectant faces. What could you possibly be waiting for? Well, what have we here? An extra share of meal to celebrate our newest resident.
What is that? It looks like a pair of buttocks.
For you.
Ah, look.
Enjoy.
What is it? Bread?
Over here.
Meal is a foodstuff which Yulmore routinely doles out to the people of Gatetown, and apparently a staple for its citizens as well.
Mm-hmm.
Many here rely on it to survive in these times of scarcity. Yet the whole arrangement just seems... well, let us just say it leaves a bad taste in my mouth.
Food puns, Alphino. She's going to be... Ah, that's the bit from the launch trailer. I don't trust you. Mind you, I don't trust anybody. I'm not a very trusting person. So the jongleurs are the kind of messengers. Now you understand why my attempts to enter the city have thus far come to naught. The dubious privilege of residency must be won via a contest with ever-changing rules. They say this policy has been in place for the past 2 decades, ever since Yulmore's current ruler came into power. Yet from what I've seen, it does more harm than good. Not only does it distract people from our shared struggle against the Sin Eaters, it robs them of their self-sufficiency. I've tried to propose ways they could improve their lot, but my words invariably fall on deaf ears. The attitude is so entrenched now, I worry that... well, mayhap you should take a turn around Gatetown and judge the situation for yourself. So the place is a shambles. Oh, this is the begrimed bloke. Still here, are you? Can't blame me for wanting a slice of Yulmore's pie. If you ask me, you should ditch that sour-faced brat and make home for yourself here. Gate Town's not much to look at, but at least it's safe. And the meal's the best thing I've ever tasted. It looked a lot like bread. Maybe there was more to it than that, but it looked a lot like bread. I want to know whether these side quests offer... what? Oh. Do they offer gear? They do. Right. So we have to do some of the side quests in order to get gear. A bubbling cook pot. A large pot bubbles over the flame. Pale chunks, meal, you realise, float in the otherwise plain broth. So, only some of the side quests. So it might just be worth doing the ones that offer benefits. Oh, hello. Just look at it. Can you imagine a more beautiful city? Every day I dream of the life that awaits me inside those walls. Oh, will they ever pick me? It is, actually, quite pretty. But clearly something fishy is going on inside Yulmore. We know it from the trailer, if nothing else. Yeah, side quests I think I will do off camera. Because otherwise it will take us 80 plus hours to do the story, and we haven't got time for that. You've seen what Gate Town has to offer? These people can no longer fend for themselves. They become dependent on handouts of meal and believe Yulmore is the answer to all their woes. Yet, no matter how I frame my encouragement, they seem unwilling, nay, unable to conceive of any other way of life. Deep gold plate belts. Alphino wears a look of profound disapproval. We'll find out what he is disapproving of in the next episode, because that's 48 minutes. These episodes are obviously going to be running a little bit longer than the typical 30 to 40 minutes that I prefer my YouTube things to be, simply because of how much story we've got to go through and how slow, in a way, Final Fantasy is, because it is so story heavy. Either way, we are a fifth? Almost, maybe over almost a quarter of the way through level 70. And we shall continue ticking upwards towards level 71 next time. Thank you for watching. Cheerio. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like button and subscribe. Remember to ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.